The Three Little Pigs.
Once upon a time, there were three little pigs named Penelope, Paul, and Peter.
The pigs lived together in a creaky, leaky, eensy-weensy, mouldy old shack.
One night, while the pigs were sleeping, the old ceiling started to crack, and boom!
Peter's hammock fell on Paul's hammock, and Paul's hammock fell on Penelope's hammock, and all the little pigs went down on the floor.
That's it, said Peter. This old shack is falling apart. It's time that we each get our own houses, strong houses that won't fall apart.
The three little pigs decided they would each build new, stronger houses of their own.
The first little pig loved to play with cards, so she decided to build a house out of playing cards.
The second little pig was a baker, so he decided to build his house out of his very favorite food in the world, cotton candy.
The third little piggy was a construction worker. He knew all about building strong houses, and he decided to build his house out of bricks.
That night, the big bad wolf came creeping up to the Penelope pig's house and knocked on her door.
Little pig, let me in, said the wolf. Penelope thought, surely the wolf had come to gobble her up.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, she cried.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, said the wolf.
The house of cards wasn't strong enough. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew the house down. Whoosh!
Penelope ran and ran until she came to her brother's cotton candy house. The wolf wants to gobble me up, said Penelope.
Don't worry, he won't be able to get us in here, said Paul.
Outside, the big bad wolf came creeping up to Paul Pig's house and knocked on the door. Little pigs, let me in, said the wolf.
Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins, cried the pigs.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, said the wolf.
The house of cotton candy wasn't strong enough. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed, and he blew the house down. Whoosh!
Penelope and Paul ran and ran until they came to their big brother's brick house.
The wolf is trying to gobble us up, cried Paul.
Don't worry, he won't be able to get us in here, said Peter.
Outside, the big bad wolf came creeping up to Peter's pig's house and knocked on the door.
Little pigs, let me in, said the big bad wolf.
Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins, cried the pigs.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, said the wolf.
But the house of bricks was too strong for the wolf. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't blow the house down.
Mr. Wolf, you're not going to gobble us up today, said Peter proudly.
Gobble you up, asked Mr. Wolf. I don't want to eat you. I just need a house to stay.
The wolf explained to the pigs that he loved candles. When it was time for him to build a house of his own, he made it out of wax.
But the house of wax wasn't strong enough, and on a hot day, the wax melted away.
You're not really big and bad after all, said Penelope. Though I wish you had just asked to come in nicely instead of all that huffing and puffing business.
The next day, Peter gathered materials to build strong new houses.
Penelope's new house was going to be rectangular with hearts painted on it like playing cards.
Paul's new house was going to be pink and round, just like cotton candy. And the wolf's new house was going to be tall and thin like a candle.
Now that they each had their own very strong houses, the three little pigs and the big, not so bad wolf lived happily together in their comfy, homey, cozy new neighborhoods.
Good night, guys. Sleep tight.
Good night.